Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to day 7 of reading 101 essays that will change the way you think. I hope everyone's having a great day, and let's get right into it. As always, shout out to Brianna West for the text, and today's essay is titled, What the Feelings You Most Suppress Are Trying to Tell You. Emotional intelligence is not how infrequently you feel anything bad, because you've developed the discipline and wisdom not to. It's not how easily you choose what you think, how you let it affect you, or how placidly you react to any given situation. Real emotional maturity is how thoroughly you let yourself feel anything, everything. Whatever comes, it is simply the knowing that the worst thing that could ever happen is just a feeling at the end of the day. That's it, a feeling. Imagine the very worst. The only thing bad about it is how you would feel about it, what you would make it out to be, what you'd assume the repercussions mean, and how those would ultimately affect how you feel. A sense of fear, a pinch or throb or sting, a hunger pang or ego kick, the sense of worthlessness, the idea of not belonging. Interesting how physical feelings are always quick and transient, but the ideals we hold of pain always seem to stick around. But we avoid feeling anything because we have more or less been taught that our feelings have lives of their own, that they'll carry on forever if we give them even a moment of our awareness. Have you ever felt joy for more than a few minutes? What about anger? No. How about tension, depression, and sadness? Those have lasted longer, haven't they? Weeks and months and years at a time, right? That's because those aren't feelings, they're symptoms. But we'll get to their causes in a minute. What you have to know is that suffering is just a refusal to accept what is. That's it. Etymologically, it comes from the Latin word to from below to bear, or to resist, endure, put under. So healing is really just letting yourself feel. It is unearthing your traumas and embarrassments and losses and allowing yourself the emotions that you could not have in the moment that you were having those experiences. It's letting yourself filter and process what you had to suppress at that time to keep going, maybe even survive. We all fear that our feelings are too big, especially in the moment we're actually having them. We are taught not to be too loving, we'd get hurt. Too smart, we'd get bullied. Too fearful, we'd be vulnerable. To be compliant with what the other people wanted us to feel. As kids, we were punished for crying out of our emotional experience wasn't in accordance with our parents' convenience. No wonder we still respond the way we do. The point is that you aren't the one who is afraid of feeling too much. It's the people who called you crazy and dramatic and wrong. The people who don't know how to handle it, who want you to stay where you are. Those are the people who want you to keep not feeling. Not you. You know how I know? Because your numbness isn't feeling nothing. It's feeling everything. And never having learned to process anything at all. Numbness is not nothing. Neutral is nothing. Numbness is everything at once. Because your sadness is saying, I'm still attached to something being different. Your guilt is saying, I fear I have done bad in someone's eyes. And your shame, I fear I am bad in someone's eyes. Your anxiety is your resistance to the process, your last grasps at a control you are becoming more and more aware that you do not have. Your tiredness is your resistance to who you really are, the person you actually want to be. Your annoyance is your repressed anger. Your depression, biological factors aside of course, is everything coming to the surface and you blowing down to stow it away. and your arrival at the conclusion that you cannot go on like this, that you're missing out, that you're off track and feeling stuck and lost, is you realizing that you need not change your feelings. You just have to learn to lean into them and see what they're trying to tell you. Trying to change how you feel is like finding a road sign that points in the opposite direction of where you had intended to go, and getting out to try to turn the sign rather than your course of action. And what happens when we stow away the emotions that accompany our experiences, never give ourselves time to process, try to force ourselves into feeling any given way at any given time, is we disregard what we will give us the ultimate peace. Just allowing, without judgment. So it's not about changing how you feel, it's about listening, not accepting what they appear to mean. That's important. But really following your instincts down to what they are trying to signal. They are how you communicate with yourself. Every feeling is worthwhile. You miss so much by trying to change every one of them away, or thinking there are some that are right or wrong or good or bad, or that you should have or shouldn't, all because you're afraid that you'll tell yourself something you don't want to hear. The feelings you most suppress are the most important ways you guide yourself. Your apprehension to listen is not your own desire. It's fear of being something more or less, or greater or worse, or simply different than those around you have implied they will accept. When you choose to value having people's acceptance over your own, you accept the fate of battling your instincts to assimilate to the needs of other people's egos. In the meantime, a world and lifetime of listening, leading, allowing, following, perceiving, feeling, and experiencing constantly eludes you. Sadness will not kill you, depression won't either, but fighting it will. Ignoring it will. Trying to escape it rather than confront it will. Denying it will. Suffocating it will. Allowing it no place to go other than your deep subconscious to embed and control you will. Not that you'll take your life or destroy everything good you do not receive, though you might, but it will kill you in that it will rob you of every bit of life you do have. You either let yourself feel everything or numb yourself into feeling nothing. You cannot select emotions. You are either in accord with their flow or in resistance to their nature. In the end, the choice is yours. Feelings are something that a lot of us, we don't really process. Whether it's because it was the way we were conditioned growing up. Our parents would always yell at us, would always make us feel bad for having feelings, for crying, for speaking out and saying how we really feel. They made us feel bad about it. They made us feel like they were invalid. So now we just repress them. We don't actually deal with them and we don't feel them anymore because of the way we were raised. The way that we were raised has a lot to do with the way that we process our feelings. And emotional intelligence is not controlling the way you feel, but allowing it, letting you feel it and understanding, why do I feel this way? Why do I feel sadness? Why do I feel anger? When you feel things, it's a signal from yourself that there's something happening, because you wouldn't have these feelings if there was no action, because every action there's an equal and or opposite reaction, right? So you feel the way you feel for a reason. It's not just because. And understanding, why do I feel this way? Why when somebody treats me like that, I feel sad? Why when this happens in my life, I get excited? Why when this happens, I get happy? You have to ask yourself, and then you will truly understand yourself. You understand yourself when you understand your feelings. And the only way you understand your feelings is if you feel them, if you let them happen. So it's not resisting the way you feel. And yeah, you might ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? But feelings don't always make sense. And that's okay. It's okay for feelings not to make sense, but it's understanding them. Understanding and really feeling them. I know a lot of people, they say boys don't cry. Boys don't really feel their emotions, because once you do, once you show a slight sign of weakness, people will walk right over you. You're not a man if you cry. But that leads to you isolating yourself and not being able to have real relationships with people, because you don't feel. You can't understand, and you can't put yourself into other people's perspectives, because you don't know how they're feeling, because you don't know how you're feeling. You've suppressed your emotions. You've suppressed your feelings for so long that now when another person is feeling, you call them crazy. You call them stupid, and you don't know why they're acting this way, because they have feelings. But you have feelings too, but you were taught and you were conditioned to just be a robot, to put on that I got this face, the everything is right face. But everything is not always right. Everything in your life is not always sunshines and rainbows, but a lot of us, we were taught that it is. It is always sunshine and rainbows, and if it's not, then it's going to be a problem. If it's not, they're going to yell at us, scream at us, do whatever. Right? There will be consequences if you feel your emotions. If you speak out about your emotions, there'll be consequences. And a lot of us, we grew up like that, or we are still in environments like that where our feelings are invalidated. When we bring up our feelings, people get upset. And that's why we tend not to process them anymore. And that's why a lot of people in our generation are numb. We're numb because we're feeling all these emotions at once, but we don't actually feel them. We have all these different emotions, but we don't let ourselves sit in them. So that's why we feel numb. That's why we have this numbness, because of that. So we have to intentionally feel. We have to feel and understand that there's a time and place to feel our feelings. When we get a bad test mark back at school, that's not the time to cry about it. That's not the time to be sad about it. When you get home and when you talk to your parents, talk to your siblings, your partner, whatever it is, there's a time and a place to release those emotions, to really feel those emotions and to sit with them. If you're angry, you're upset, somebody disrespected you, the right time is not to crash out and lash out at them and start throwing hands. No, that's not the time to feel that anger. When you get home, that's when you can really feel that anger. That's when you can process it in a positive way. Whether it's going on a run, doing some push-ups, whatever it is, you have that physical need to let out energy. Might as well do something productive with it. Do something that is positive with those emotions. Because you want to hit somebody so bad. You want to throw around things. But that is a release of that emotion. That is feeling and being in that emotion. But instead of crashing out, go for a run. Instead of crashing out, do some push-ups, do some sit-ups, whatever it is. Go on a walk. Do something that is positive for you. So it's feeling your emotions, negative and positive. Whether that's when you're sad, you journal about it, you write about it. But just doing nothing, that is what leaves you numb. That is what leaves you feeling empty and feeling like you're just watching. You're not actually living your life, because life is feelings. Life is enjoying and being in the moment, but you can't enjoy, you can't feel if you never feel. And that's why you feel so disassociated and so disconnected from yourself, because you don't feel life anymore. You don't feel emotions, when that's what life is. Highs and lows. You're only living when there's a heartbeat. If your heartbeat was straight, it means you wouldn't be alive. And that's why this is how a heartbeat is. Ups and downs. Good feelings and bad. So tomorrow's essay, Day 8 is the parts of you that aren't I. I don't really know what that means, but find out tomorrow in day 8. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I'll see y'all tomorrow for day 8.